Lock your doors, hide your man, hide your kids, because Jacqueline, Falesha, Tracy, they coming for you, man. Hey, Samore Love bugs, you have now tuned into my Catfish recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to share this video on Google, Facebook, or Instagram. Well, not Instagram, maybe Twitter, wherever you like to share videos. Also, don't forget to give it that good old thumbs up and favorite this video if you want to favorite. Do the most. Do whatever you want to do, okay? Yeah, and also, don't forget to check out my other channel, which is Samore Love TV. That's where I have my love and hip-hop recap, as well as some fashion and beauty related videos on there. Okay, so yeah, definitely check that out. Falesha, she's 19 years old, and she ran into someone named Jacqueline who was stealing her pictures. Yeah, so this catfish was like a little bit different. It had so much going on, and the end was just like, it was just getting me so annoyed, so mad. So the girl that stole her picture, she's kind of like a cyberbully. She was friending a lot of Falesha's friends and then putting that on they should die, they should kill themselves, they have they should get brain cancer and die, like all these evil things. Like, do you know how horrible that is to tell somebody that they should get brain cancer? Like, that's one of the most horrible things from what I've seen that you wouldn't wish upon anyone, even your worst enemy. And for her, she doesn't even know these people, so that's even worse. So Falesha, she ended up losing a lot of friends because of this. She also reveals that this went on for about 2 years, and then it kind of stopped, and then recently it kind of came back. So that's the reason. They said the girls are like 20 years old now or something like that, and this has been going on since they were in high school. So it's really ridiculous, and I guess they didn't really have anything like this to kind of find out what was really going on, so that's the reason why it's taken so long to stop it. And plus, it kind of had died down for a little while. So she even says that this girl, Falesha, Tracy, I'm giving it away, right? The Jacqueline girl that's been using her information, she's also called her on the phone with like a high-pitched voice, so I'm guessing she used auto tunes or something like that, and she called her fake and called her all kind of names. And then she also was calling, I think she also called some of her friends as well. So yeah, this is like crazy. She even was putting on Facebook that she had STDs. She was telling guys to come and do her. Max and Neve, they meet up, they speak to this girl named Danielle. Danielle was one of the people on Facebook that said that what she was doing was horrible and kind of like shouted her out on there. And Danielle's friend, who was a guy who was I think she was in a relationship with this girl, but not really. She was bullying him, and he ended up dropping out of school because of the bullying and how crazy it got. There was another girl they spoke to, I don't remember her name, but she said that she actually ended up tricking this girl, this Falesha girl, Falesha / Jacqueline. She ended up tricking her, getting her information, like her password and username, and because she said she wanted to put some really nice things on her wall, and she took over the Facebook account. So I'm like, what kind of catfish is this? Like, how do you allow somebody to steal your information? But she said that when she went into the girl's information, she was able to find out the girl's real name through her email address because she had it linked to her email. I'm like, she must have been the stupidest catfish I ever met. They ever put on him, like that I've ever seen, because that was ridiculous. That easy. So yeah, the girl, she seems like she's totally sick in the head. They call her, and first she says that yes, she's Tracy, because they find out her name, like I said, is Tracy. So she's like, yes, this is Tracy. And then they're like, okay, and all the things that you were doing they mentioned Jacqueline, and she's like, yes, and I'm Jacqueline Linwood as well. And they're like, what? She's just like, it just seems like she was like oblivious to reality, the things that she was saying, and she seemed like she had no remorse for anything that she was doing either. So she tells him that the next day was going to be her birthday, and she's like, oh, is Falesha gonna try to jump her? She was saying she doesn't like Falesha because Falesha thinks she's all that, and it was just so it was really confusing. It was just like so many things going back and forth, and it was just kind of annoying, some parts of this, especially the girl's attitude about everything. It was just like really annoying. Like, you know, what's wrong with you, girl? Like, yes, you're entitled to be happy, yes, you're entitled to be cheerful and positive, but not when it's bringing other people down and you're bullying people in order to bring yourself up. I think that that's horrible, and that's when you need to seek some type of help. I feel like she had these, because when they met her, she was still kind of acting the same way, like real airheaded, and excuse me, Max had to literally ask her if she was on drugs because of the way she was talking. She would say things like, yeah, I know, and yeah, I don't really like Falesha, because Falesha, she just thinks she's everything, and she thinks she's all that, and I don't like her. Like, she would literally talk just like that, and it was so annoying because it feels like it was something that was forced. So they really didn't get too much out of her. They tried to tell her what could possibly happen with her continuing to be this way, and she's just like, well, that's not really my concern. If they want to put a gun to their head or something, that's not my fault. I'm not the one pulling the gun to their head. And then she says, I work with kids. They're like little puppies and they're so cute. And I'm like, who in their right mind would let you mind their picnic? Who would let you mind their children, take care of their children? Because she seems like she was really mentally unstable. I'm like, are you just doing this for the camera? Because you want to be famous? You want people to acknowledge you? Like, what is it? Because the way that you're acting right now is not a good look. If this is really, really you, then something is wrong. And Max, who was it? Max or Neve? I think it was Neve. He comes up with this bright idea to talk to her mother, because maybe that might get through to her. So when they sit down with her mom is from Ghana, first of all. So, you know, Ghanaian parents, they don't play that. They don't play you doing all kind of crazy stuff. There can be a little bit of a language barrier, but you have to be in your books. You have to do what you're supposed to do. But she recently, her brother, or the mother's son, which is her brother, is in the hospital right now because they recently collapsed. So I'm thinking maybe that's one of the reasons why maybe she felt lonely and she started doing this whole internet bullying again. Because it happened a long time ago, and the first time she started bullying people when she used Falesha's information was when her father became sick. He had a stroke, and they said he can see people but he can't really talk or anything like that. So I guess that might have affected her so deeply that she doesn't want to allow people to see that she's hurt. I think that it's more so a barrier that she's putting up in order to not feel the pain. Maybe perhaps she could have been a daddy's girl. Maybe he was the only one who understood her. I just feel like that's part of the reason, because like she said, that was around the time when she started doing this, you know. And I just feel like that was it. And she wasn't really acting the same way when her mom was there. They're like, oh, you're not being the same as you were yesterday. She's like, yeah, because my mom's here, awkward. And even when her mom, because her mom had to hurry up and leave, she didn't really want to be there too long because she had to go mind her son. When, as she was leaving, Falesha gave her a hug and was like, you know, thank you for talking to us. And she was like, oh, like she looked like she was like mortified, like, oh my God, I can't believe my mom is hugging this girl. But then they sat down and they spoke to her and they let her know, especially Falesha let her know, if I were to press charges on you, you said that you like working with kids. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. They will fire you. Your job working with kids will be non-existent. And they said you can also, because of cyberbullying, you can go to jail for this, for the things that you were telling people. She's like, oh my God, you're scaring me. They're like, no, well, you should, because this is serious. She was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. she was like, I don't know, like, why are you telling, like, you know, it just seems like she didn't really want to hear it. But I think that by them telling her how severe it really could be, like, if Falesha's just like, I'm not gonna say it's okay because it's not, but at least I want you to understand what you're doing is wrong. So I think that they finally penetrated through her wall and got her to, like, really listen and understand, like, okay, you're working right now. You're probably helping your mom because your dad can't help your mom. You know, it could be strenuous on her, perhaps, you know? So that could be one of the reasons why. So her thinking about it, like, oh my God, I could lose my job. I could lose everything. I could go to jail because of this. Maybe now she's going to think twice before she does the things that she's doing, because it's real out there. All they got to do is get your IP address and it's a wrap. Like, a lot of these people, these trolls, these thug life trolls out there, a lot of them, they wouldn't say these things if they see you in the streets. Like, one of the first things, like I said, that she said earlier is like, oh, is Falesha going to try to jump me because of all the things I said? Plus, it's going to be my birthday. And Falesha was kind of thinking the same thing. She was like, oh, is she going to try to jump me? Are you guys going to, like, protect me because of all the things that she's been saying to me online? I was like, they both think somebody would jump them. They both don't want to fight. And following that, you know, when they did the little 2-month update, Falesha, she seems to be doing well. She's not getting cyberbullied anymore. And Tracy, she said that she got a little boo thing now. So maybe he's keeping her occupied. She doesn't feel like she has to do this anymore. And she said that she stopped cyberbullying people. So at least that seems to be like a step in the right direction. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down below. Very crazy. Next week is going to be even better. I'm looking forward to that one because this one was just like sick and annoying a little bit. That girl though. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.